ネコパラボリューム1ソレイユ開店しました。
Before I forget, turn the sound effects back up. There we go. Who knows what I missed in those last 5 minutes or so of the previous video with sound effects. Okay, so I'll just do the quick audio test again. I don't know why, but for some reason my voice was quiet again. I don't know how this does that. Whatever. Anyway, Saeed was right. Good scene. 10 out of 10. They finally left. We had a brief pause after the guests left. I'm not very good at talking about my romantic affairs like that. How many romantic affairs have you had? After all, since I was young, the only thing I've done has been making Japanese sweets. I was exhausted from trying to figure out how to respond to them.
ご主人、レジ系終わった。チェックして。
Yeah, got it. Thanks. What are you so angry about, Vanilla?
怒ってない。そう見えるのはご主人に心当たりがあるから。
Were you left out? I don't know why. That's why I'm asking. Are you hungry or something? If you are, you can have a slice of cake.
ご主人は私を何だと思ってるの？ショコラじゃないんだから。
And just why are you bringing up chocolate? She doesn't really get upset often. Aside from her desperately yelling, I'm hungry
強い
sometimes.
て言えば、さっ
I've
き
never
ご
heard
主
that.
人が鼻の下伸ばしてたのが微妙。ビヨーンって。
Hey, that's a false accusation. Just when was I ogling them?
ショコラがデリバリー行ってるちょっとの間に油断ならない。一回寝たくらいで猫の全部を手に入れた気になってるとか。まさかご主人がエッジパティシエだとは思わなかった。
What? Vanilla folded her arms and snorted. A horny pastry puffer, she says. There was an unpleasant sound in those words. And a good name for a band.
そもそも私たちという猫がいるのにデレデレと。
What are you looking at? Your eyes are pointed downward. I got it, I got it. I'm not flirting, so it's okay. Actually, I'm really not good at stuff like
そ
this.
のやっつけ感に誠意を感じない。不可。
It's just a misunderstanding. Don't be mad.
怒ってない。私はいつでも冷静な猫ってしぐれも言ってた。私を差し置いてショコラとイチャイチャな上にショコラを持って遊んでるのが気に入らないだけ。
What are you talking about? Isn't an angry sound, though? It was a false accusation to say it was fooling around with chocolate. Once I put everything Vanilla says together, it sure seems like you're jealous, huh? Ah, that's what I said. Sorry, I'll be more careful next
嫉
time.
妬じゃない。正当な意見だと私はアピール。
I got it. I'm sorry, I'll act with more restraint.
その面倒であしらってる感がまた。
I got it, okay? There. Vanilla puffed out her cheeks as I patted her on the head. Even Vanilla gets jealous, huh? Clearly. I thought she was more carefree than this, though. I guess it's to be expected, since despite always being together, Chocolate hasn't been paying much attention to her recently. I need to be more careful as their owner. Come to think of it.
何？
Are you in heat yet, Vanilla?
変態。
I'm waiting! Just let me know. No, that's not what I mean. I'm just concerned about your physical strength, okay? Or physical health, okay?
変態、スケベ、エッジパティシエ。
Well, I guess you're doing fine then. I really was honestly worried though. Vanilla's leveled a chilly... Wait, what? Vanilla leveled a chilly glare at me when I was thinking that. Huh, never heard leveled used that way. Horny pastry puffer.
ネコパラ。
Hey, Chocolate, mind watching the store for a bit?
はーい、お任せあれ。
Vanilla, I need your help in the kitchen.
私？ 何かエッチな手伝いを強要される予感。
Caught on quick there. Just what kind of hunch is that? It seems she was still holding her grudge. It looked like she told Chocolate something earlier too. In any case, I need to lighten things up. I thought I'd start to slowly teach you how to make a cake.
おー、ケーキ作り。ついにワンランク上の猫に。
If I could get my cat to make a cake, that'd be amazing.
でも、なんで私だけ？エロ目的？
You have a one-track mind, don't you? Can you stop it with that
ちょ
nonsense?
っと気に入ってた。反省はしてない。
As always, she was quite the actress. There wasn't really a reason for her to regret anything, though. Well, in all seriousness, I have no qualms with Chocolate being a poster cat girl, but I don't think making cakes would suit her.
ああ、ショコラは多分ノリで作っちゃうもんね。納得。
Vanilla was the right cat girl for the job. It'd be great if she's interested, but it'll be fine even if she messes up. So, well, that's how it is. I'll start by teaching you how to make some simple dough, okay?
よし来た。教えてもらってあげる。
It's happening!
よろしくお願いします。ご主人先生。ペコリ。
Seems like she's more into it than I thought she'd be.
ご主人。固め、濃いめ、油マシマシね。
We don't have that kind of customization
や
available.
ったら流行るかもしれない。ナイスアイディア。
We don't have that kind of money to make that kind of customization available, although clearly he does. We don't make them one at a time, so it wouldn't work out. Enough about customization. First, the basics.
はーい。なんとなく頑張
How
る。
long have they been working? It's already twilight. While she gave a half-hearted response, she measured out the ingredients very carefully according to the recipe. She was quick to learn the names of the kitchen tools and how to use them, and remembered what I taught her without uttering a single complaint. You really take on things quickly, Vanilla. Honestly, you're a lot more skilled with your paws than I thought. Paws!
脳ある猫はぐうたらなのだよ。ご主人先生。
Hmm? She puffed out her non-existent chest proudly. The chest on that uniform might be too high level for... What? Oh. Well, she picked it out herself, so I guess she didn't mind too much. Maybe she was trying to show off her slightly lacking chest. What the fuck, man? That trivial thought crossed my mind for a
と
brief
いう
moment.
か、しぐれにも物覚えいいって言われてた。えへん。
Is that so? First time I've heard that.
別にわざわざそんなことも話さないしね。ご主人も他人に突っ込まないタイプだし。
Now that you mention it, you're right. It was more like neither of us were the type to come up with snappy retorts. Vanilla also wasn't the type to talk about herself much either. Man. I realized that I hadn't heard much about her.
私はそういうご主人の距離感嫌いじゃない。猫らしく自由にのんびりマイペースでいられるし。
She smiled with her usual tone of voice. If that's what makes Vanilla most comfortable, then I'm fine with that. It was without a doubt. What? It was with a doubt. Yet. Do you dislike it when I bother you, Vanilla?
干渉？
As most cats dislike it when they're bothered. She tilted her head to the side and blinked a few times in confusion. Furrowing her brow, she put a hand to her chin as she thought. Then she hit her palm with her fist and looked over
な
at me.
るほど。口説き文句。
No. You only need to quit it with those jokes of yours. I lightly bopped Vanilla on the head. She really can't handle serious topics, can she? I looked directly at Vanilla and returned to the topic at hand. I want to be closer to you, Vanilla.
近づきたい？今近いけど？
Not in a literal sense. What I mean is I want to know more about you and get along with you better. This time, I gently patted Vanilla on the head. As usual, she had a baffled expression on her face as she looked up at me. I'm fine with the distance between us right now, but I want to be a better owner, you know? That's why... one period in the ellipsis was... I want to know more about you. I want to understand you better, Vanilla. You're one of my precious cat girls, after all.
ご主人。
Even with what happened with Chocolate, I was concerned about Vanilla. Vanilla was right. I didn't know much about her at all. That's exactly why I wanted to know more. The three of us will be together from now on, after all. Unless one of us dies or something.
こういう真 面目な空気は苦手。ご主人だってこんな硬いのとか苦手なくせに。
So Vanilla could be cute at times too. She powdered her cheek, She pouted as her cheeks became rosy. Vanilla mumbled as she looked up at me. Perhaps she really does have a really low tolerance for serious matters. I know it's a bit out of character for me, but I want to get that out into the open. At the very least, I wanted to tell you how I feel. As an unbefitting wry smile came across my face, I faced Vanilla and spoke my true feelings.
私まで手ごめにしようとしてる。
Maybe just a little. I told you this not...
わかってる。冗談。ご主人の気持ちちゃんと伝わったから大丈夫。
She was absolutely adorable. That true smile, the level of honesty she normally didn't show to me, was making my heart skip a beat. No, 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 no! I'm having a serious discussion here. This isn't the time for me to be thinking about how cute Vanilla was.
あれ？この匂い。
What is it, Vanilla?
なんか
Oh no!
すごく甘い匂い。
Am I gonna have to censor 45 minutes of this video too? Huh? Vanilla?
すごい美味しそうな甘い匂い。
What is going on? I don't understand the science behind this. Hey, Earth to Vanilla. You're really close. I say close, but it's more like she was stuck onto me. Vanilla buried her face in my chest and continued to sniff.
すごく濃ゆい甘い匂い。これ頭がトローンってして。
So he's initiating their heat cycle.
こっちの方からもっと。ご主人。
She looked up and pushed her face against my neck. I could feel her body and lips pressed against me. And Vanilla's sweet smell and softness flowed throughout my entire body. Wait, Vanilla!
違う、今のはフレーメン反応。
Sure. Did you say Flemin response?
フレーメン反応、間違いなくフレーメン。
Flemin too, the Flemining. Well, let's just leave it at Flemin response then. Clearly not what that
よろ
was.
しい。では私は通常業務に戻ります。
Ah, sure. I left it at that. Oh, that didn't take long. So now chocolates just shoot out of the way.
ありがとうございました。
Ooh, wait a second. I'm just gonna save really quick. Just in case this crashes the game. Okay, that's good. Goro means purr, but it also means rub? I guess it means to instigate a purr? I don't know. Because apparently it's the onomatopoeia for purring, but they don't use it only for that in this game. Hey, I told you not during work.
今はお客さんいないから大丈夫ですよ。ちょっとでいいんです。
Alright, alright. Just a bit, okay?
はーい。ゴロゴロゴロゴロ。よーし。充電バッチリ完了です。じゃあショコラはゴミ捨て行ってきますね。
What a handful.
ちー。
What is it, Vanilla?
ご主人の顔の緩み具合を計測中。ピピピ。判定。ダルダルド。ブルドッグ。
I can clearly sense the spite in that evaluation. You were watching the whole time, were you?
見てない。私は真面目に仕事してた。
I wasn't saying you were slacking
見
off
て
or anything.
ない。ご主人は自意識過剰だと思う。
No, I
変
mean,
態。
Never mind. It was obvious she was staring at me the whole time. Was this some sort of new rebellious phase of hers? You know what this is. I'm not sure catgirls even have rebellious phases, though. Anyway, the total sales for today is Vanilla headed toward the register, paying me no heed. Game? Oh, okay. Hmm? Vanilla?
ご主人、なんで私に背中を押し付けてるの？
Wait. You're the one who's pressing against me.
私が？ご主人に？
So does this have onset, like, memory loss with it? Or, like... Vanilla tilted her head with a perplexed look on her face. I've seen this reaction before. It seems similar to something that just happened yesterday. Vanilla, could it be that you're...
私、ゴミ捨て行ってくるので、失礼。
Chocolate's taking that out right now. This was how Chocolate behaved yesterday. Could it be Vanilla's in heat? The two of them were twins. It wouldn't be strange if they were going through the same stage. How do you know they're twins? Again, you didn't see them get born. They might not even be related. It isn't the same level as Chocolate was yesterday, though. In any case, I'll just observe what she does a bit longer. Great kid, don't get cocky. Alright, you did well. Pat pat.
テーブルの上、まだ拭いてないけど。にゃー、すぐに行ってきます。飛ぶがごとく、にゃー。
There seems to be something wrong with a cat saying like a bird. Chocolate's as energetic as ever.
それがショコラのいいところ。
That's definitely true. Are you alright, Vanilla?
大丈夫？何が？
大丈夫ですか? Ka being the question mark. Well, like, how are you feeling?
特に何も。オールグリーン。
I see. Well, then that's good. Well, she seemed the same as usual. Chocolate would get visibly dizzy when she was in heat. I guess Vanilla wasn't in heat after. Whoa! I accidentally pushed against the because I'm in one of those like swivel chairs that can go up and down with the little lever thing at the bottom. My foot accidentally hit it and like sent me flying downward. So I guess Vanilla wasn't in heat after all. I'll be done cleaning up the kitchen shortly. Vanilla, go and help Chocolate.
了解。任せといて。
Vanilla?
ご主人。
She didn't say, goro goro.
さっきよりもなんか濃い。そりそり。
Sore sore? So that's... Well, I'm getting mixed signals here, game. Hey, Vanilla. She came up and embraced me from the front, and rubbed her cheek against mine. Totally not close to it, speaking in a sweet voice. Hey, Vanilla, calm down, okay?
私はいつでもクレバーだってしぐれが。あっ、違う、今のはフレーメン反応。
I don't see your teeth. No, enough of that.
フレーメンを超えるフレーメン、それが超フレーメン。
The power of 1,000 Flemons! No, when you were studying for the Bell exam, I saw an actual Flemin face. Besides, you were the one that said it wasn't good for your health to hold urges in while in heat.
違う。決して私は発情期にあらず、その恥ずかしいことを。
Well, the frantic responses do. It's not something to be embarrassed about. I argued with Vanilla. Was being in heat something to be embarrassed about? I don't think cat girls felt shame, though. Well, I didn't think they felt shame, though. Ah, chocolate.
どうしたの？そんな顔して。バニラ？いやショコラ。
Seriously, when you get fur in your mouth.
いや、ショコラ。いや。
Little tufts of fur inside the ear. They're adorable. Not all cats have that though, so I don't know why every single cat we've seen so far has that, I think. And I still want to know if they have, like, human ears as well. And if they don't, I want to see that. Because I'm curious about what that would look like. Just no ears. Why don't their cat ears come out of where our ears are? How is their cranial structure formatted then? Chocolate's lips and tongue crept along the nape of Vanilla's neck. That's not even close to her neck. With each wet, sticky sound, Vanilla's body twitched. You should look in a mirror. Hey, Chocolate. Okay.
だってバニラも発情期なんだもんね。違う。別に私は猫同士でごまかせるわけないでしょ。ほら、体中からこんなに甘い匂いさせて。
Just be thankful I'm not a male cat, because that would be painful for you. That's still disgusting.
それにバニラとはずっと一緒にいるんだから。バニラだってショコラのこと分かったんでしょ？
It's because you... well, never mind.
ショコラ...
At a loss for words, Vanilla cast her eyes downward. She blushed, breathing in shallow, quick breaths. She was gripping her shoulders as if she were trying to hold something back. Vanilla, is she right? As her owner, I asked Vanilla once more. She looked at me with trouble upturned eyes. She answered me hesitantly, by bowing her head very slightly. So you really were after all. I did feel it was rather strange, but if it was a case and Vanilla really does need to be relieved, Vanilla's health will be affected if I don't do something. So that means I'd have to do the same to her that I did with Chocolate. No. Even if I am her owner, that wouldn't be the way to...
ショコラとご主人様がラブラブしてるの見て、バニラも欲しくなっちゃったんでしょ？違う。別にそんなことじゃなくて。そんな風にごまかしてもダメって言ったばっかりでしょ？
How was this handled in the Steam version of the game, I wonder?
ショコラ。
Touch it, Dr. Bill. Please touch it.
ご主人。
She looked over at me, hoping I'd cut in and rescue her.
ご主人様に助けを求めちゃダメ。ほら、素直に言わないとバニラも辛いでしょ。素直になれたらショコラとご主人様で可愛がってあげるのに。ショコラとご主人が。
Vanilla's pure white throat gulped. Ever since Vanilla went in heat, she'd become pretty wild. I gulped just like Vanilla had.
ご主人が変なこと言うから。
Like I said. Weird stuff, you say.
私のこともっと知りたいって。
Like I said, he's inducing this upon them.
そういう変なこと言うから。
Blushing, she looked away. Her gaze darted around even more than before, as she stole small glances at me.
バニラってばかわいいにゃー。ご主人様にそんなこと言われてその気になっちゃったんだ。そんなのショコラだって。うん、一緒だね。だからバニラのことよくわかるよ。ショコラ
The two of them were still intertwined together. Chocolate looked over toward me, naughtily. What do you mean by how about you? Slightly disgusted. How I feel. Of course Vanilla's a precious cat girl of mine too. As long as it's fine with Vanilla, I wouldn't be... She looked at me with ever so slightly dewy-looking eyes, and then looking away, blushing. After taking a big breath, she looked at me in the eye once again. So did we just conclude a business agreement, or did you buy the condo that I was selling, or Vanilla? Better than chocolate, but you can still work on it a bit. Don't be silly. There's no way you're not cute. I might be your owner, but more than that, you're my precious cat girl. I told you that, didn't I? This society is so weird. She smiled awkwardly, tilting her head. She looked up at me modestly with upturned eyes, as she twiddled her fingers together. Well, 30 minutes in. Now I have to censor the rest of it.
One should never fear being wet.
Ponce de Leon. Ponce de Leon. Wait, that's his room. Oh, I guess it's just in his room now. The text is auto-censoring itself. As they let out sleepy breaths, the two of them rested their cheeks against my body. I petted both their heads, each with one hand, and looked up at the ceiling, my mouth still slightly agape. It's a big bed, but I never thought it would actually be useful in this way, too. How does Sayori draw long hair? Long hair has always been an issue for me. Like, it's very difficult for me to try and make it look like hair. Well, of course it doesn't really look like hair, but in the cartoon sense it does. But you know what I mean. I don't know, long hair has always been difficult for me. Anyway. And here we were, sleeping right next to each other like a big family. I murmured that aloud, never thinking this could have happened. I can't make an excuse about me going along with it now. From the start, I never intended to make excuses for this, though. I felt the softness and warmth through my body. I pet the two cat girls and I honestly cherished. Meanwhile, the blood circulation in my arms was being cut off by their heads lying on it. I knew that by the morning's come, they would have to be amputated. It doesn't matter though. That's sex. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yep. Yeah, that's right. Always together. The two of them going meow meow in their sleep made me burst out laughing. This was a lot different from what I expected though. Leaving home by myself, becoming independent, taking on all the joys and hardships by myself, or so I thought. I really thought I'd be living all by myself from now on. So you didn't have any prospect for, like, a human companion? I'm pretty lucky having precious partners that I can connect deeply with like this. Is there, like, a problem with the, population now in whatever country this is supposed to be in? Japan, clearly, but at the same time. Because you think, like, a lot of people are just gonna get these. and then they won't go after a human companion, which I guess could solve a lot of our population problems, because we have way too many people on the planet. So, maybe. Sometimes they make things difficult for me, like when they make mistakes. But in the end, they're cat girls that support me both in the store, or both me and the store the best I can. Even though we haven't been together that long, I couldn't imagine a moment without Chocolate and Vanilla. You've been together your entire life, well, their entire lives. So close to seeing whether they have human ears. But nope. Yeah, I am too. Thanks. I kissed both of them gently as they murmured in their sleep, and closed my eyes and drifted off. Finally! Shigure! Okay, what's the... is this just how we started the conversation? Because I want to know the whole conversation with Shigure. Shigure, the first guest in the morning, said that with a straight face like it was obvious and sipped her tea. But I've really heard that before. Oh, they're all at the same time? Come to think of it, I seem to remember seeing that before. I had never seen them doing stuff in the house. Obviously, you know, being female, there was no way for Shigure to do that with them. Well, what Vanilla told me, they'd get sick from being in heat. Right, Vanilla? She planned this? Let me just let this soak in for a moment. His little sister got him laid. This is the best little sister in the world. So now Shigure knows she's looking at two deflowered... I don't want to say cat girls. And her deflowered older brother? Assumedly. So you're the one who told them. I have no idea what's going on with the character. You can't just more importantly your way out of this, you worthless little sister. She doesn't seem to regret anything. Well, I wasn't angry at her anyways. It seemed that Shigure was able to see through a lot of aspects of me. Mainly my shame, embarrassment, resentments in particular. Don't be dumb. Shigure sobbed my lips. I flicked her on the forehead. What? Enticements? Enticements? And so he's just okay with having this incestuous little bastard? I want to know what her reaction was when when he told her. Don't say that and make it sound like we've kissed before. Shigure put her hand on her lips and puffed out her cheeks, or hips and puffed out her cheeks. It was really hard to get her jokes. Sometimes as her older brother, I wondered if it's really safe for her to go outside on her own. Even more so because she's a heck of a cute little sister. And you're okay with them getting your conquest? Not that it really changed anything. Two cat girls combed each other's hair, still half asleep. Shigure gazed at them as if they were her very own lovely children. This is so fucked up. So yeah, I raise cat girls. They're basically like my daughters. Of course my older brother gets to take them every now and then. Oh, the creepy uncle. And also, he sees them as daughters, so this family is really inbred. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa.
ちょっと前まではあんな風に身だしなみを気にしたりもしなかったのですが。
We have had no discussion about this earlier in the plot, so this means nothing to me as the reader.
兄様も現状を悪くは思っていないのでしょう?
Well, it's easier to get rocks off, I suppose. Well, in its own way.
まあ、素直でないこと。
And he's totally fine talking to his little sister about this. Anyway, how's your sex life? She giggles as if she could see exactly how I truly felt. I did have a bit... Oh my gosh, 1 second. That probably sounded gross. I'm still sick. I did have a bit of uncalled for pride just because I was a little older than her.
ショコラとバニラを受け入れてもらえないのであれば、しぐれが体を張るところでした。
Well, at least you're human.
妹である前に、私も女ですから。
That's not how it works.
兄様の寵愛を受け入れることなど、それはたやすきことです。
I mean, that used to be how it works. Come on now. I couldn't do such a thing to my little sister. You're always saying silly stuff like that.
いつまでも子供扱いして。
I'm not treating you like a child. I rubbed Shigure's head, messing up her hair. She grimaced and scowled at me.
しぐれは本気ですからね。兄様のためでしたら何でもするのですから。
Yeah, I get it. Thanks. Take this and that too.
もう兄様、くしゃくしゃしちゃダメですってば。
She fixed her hair by patting it down. Yep, she was the same old cute little sister.
でも、兄様も雰囲気がとても優しくなりました。
It's just the afterglow. I'll go back to my root self later.
やはり家を出てよかったのでしょうね。しぐれは少しだけ寂しく思いますが。
With a slightly lowered tone in her voice, she smiled a somewhat sad and troubled smile. Caused a lot of problems for you in the past. When I wasn't able to get along with Dad, when I practiced my baking in secret... Okay, just throw all this backstory out at once, that's okay. I'm good with that. I can take it. When I left home without saying anything, I just didn't put the word home in there. Even after she had realized, she pretended she didn't. She even secretly helped box up chocolate vanilla, too. It's hard to imagine that Shigure is my little sister, given how bright she is. Is it because he's stupid? I'll take good care of chocolate and vanilla, so you don't need to worry. Come over whenever you want. I rested my hand on Shigure's cheek, filling it with my feeling of appreciation.
はい、ありがとうございます、兄様。
Shigure responded with a soft smile by leaning her cheek against my hand. I could feel the softness and affection of my small little sister passing through the palm of my hand in warmth.
ご主人様、お仕事の準備バッチリできました。
What is that thing? Okay, Vanilla's left side, right to us, but her left, where that single strand of her hair, which is actually a clump of strands, but whatever, juts out. What is that thing behind on the veranda? With like, it looks like it's made out of glass and it has the brown frame around it and the bar going through it. What is that? Like, is that a doorway between my veranda and the guy's veranda next to me? Speaking of which, I may own this restaurant down below, or the patisserie down below, but clearly I'm not the only one in this whole building. But they're not going to be characters in this, so they don't matter, I suppose.
戦闘準備完璧。寝癖一つなし。
Yokai. Sorry, Shigure. I need to do a little bit of preparation to open the store.
いえいえ、朝から押しかけてしまったのは私の方ですから。今日も一日頑張ってくださいね、兄様。
Also, maybe you should clean up your room a bit. It still smells like sex. Yep, you can take it easy.
ショコラも行ってきます。また後でね、しぐれちゃん。私も労働してくる。しぐれ、また後で。
This might be the longest episode of the series yet.
行ってらっしゃいませ。
And scene. Oh, nope.
これでいろいろと丸く収まったかな。
I'm gonna keep going until this scene's over. After being sure everyone had gone down to the bakery to work, Shigure sat in the living room sofa and muttered to herself. How does he know this? Is he there as well? Well, you caused this. Those cat girls who were just once little babies are all for it. This is disgusting. Knowing that she had done it to herself, she couldn't help but let out an ironic laugh. Well, I might as well give up. Oh, I was about to read her line. Oops. She is actually incestual, yeah. What's it with girls making stuff like this? Why? Clearly he's okay with multiple women. As if to ask her yearning heart for the impossible. As if to confess to the person she loved who was just nearby, she whispered it out once more. At least, instead of me, I can entrust my feelings to those cat girls instead of a girl I don't know. It's okay with always staying by his side as little sister. Breathing deeply to calm her prickling, pained heart, she closed her eyes and leaned back on the sofa. That's not gonna go well. She leapt up off the sofa, giving both her cheeks a quick slap, and looked out the window. We weren't even. Noma's choice in underwear. I knew it. I knew that wouldn't go well.
And you know what annoys me the most? I wish she was my sister.
As if you really have to make a choice in underwear. It's underwear. It's like it doesn't have to be good looking or anything. It doesn't have to have a pattern. Are we taking drugs now? Is this going on? Well, we'll have to find out what they're talking about next time. So we just had a psychic moment with a third-party narrator narrating what Shigure was doing. And now we're taking drugs, so, good place to end. Okay. Well, time to go and edit this. Oh, man. This one set was 47 minutes long. Oh, my gosh.